We begin this morning in North Haven, where 2 people are dead, including a child, after a fire broke out overnight. Investigators say they will be out there all morning long, and we're heading to the scene. We'll bring you an update in just a few minutes from now.
Good morning to you. We hope you had a great weekend. Thanks for starting off your new one with us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus, America areas.
And I'm Bridget. Girl, I hope you're enjoying that extra hour of sleep. I know I did. I was a little confused when I looked at the clock this morning, and I'm sure I'm going to be even more confused tonight when it gets darker earlier.
It's a tough adjustment week for a lot of folks.
It is.
It's getting darker a lot earlier.
I mean, I was ready for bed at 6 o'clock, you know, so I mean, granted, that works in our favor as, you know, getting to bed a little earlier is not a bad thing. But yeah, the sun is coming up today at around 6:25, sun setting at about 4:42 this afternoon. Right now, you can see it's getting a little bit brighter now at 36 degrees in Hartford. The wind is calm right now. It's 33 in Torrington, 44 in Bridgeport, and 38 degrees right now in Groton. So planning today, we're going from a partly cloudy sky to a mostly cloudy sky this afternoon. And there's also a chance for a couple of showers later on this afternoon into the evening. It doesn't look like it's widespread, but just don't want you to be caught off guard with a few nuisance showers in the afternoon and evening. 54 degrees at noontime. We're back up into the mid-50s this afternoon, so it does look like a comfortable day overall. At 58 in Waterbury, 59 in Milford, 59 in Middletown, and the mid-50s in Groton, as well as towards the casinos. Griswold around 57 degrees. So then for the next few days, after we get through the limited rain chance for today, it's pretty low throughout most of this week, with sun coming back on Tuesday. The wind picks back up too on Tuesday before our next opportunity for rain does move in for Friday night into Saturday. There's several chances for rain over the weekend. We'll have more details on that coming up in just a bit. Here at about 6:02, we are following just some road work still. That's wrapping up here in the 6 o'clock hour. We also have a crash over in Greenwich, so heads up for folks on 95. Over in Greenwich this morning, out by exits 4 and 5. So we're seeing one lane that is blocked. Or travel speeds 95 south around 45 miles per hour, taking you just around 68 minutes. That's about an 8-minute delay, Bridget.
All right, sounds good. We will note that. Thanks, Rachel. 6:02 is your time, and we continue to follow breaking news this morning out of North Haven, where a man and a boy are dead after an overnight fire. Fox 61's Priscilla Meza joins us live from the scene. Priscilla, it's still pretty active there behind you. You just spoke with the fire chief. What is he telling you this morning?
Yeah, good morning, Bridget. Well, crews have been out here for hours, and the house behind me here on 26 George Street shows just how intense this fire was. I'm going to step to the side here so you can see for yourself, but if you look closely, you can see some damage on the front of the house, specifically on the top floor there, and 2 ladders are still leaning against the windows, marking where firefighters worked desperately to get people out early this morning. Now, firefighters were called here around 12:30 a.m. after reports of a house fire. Officials say 4 made it out safely, but an elderly man and an 8-year-old boy, who are related, did not survive. The North Haven Fire Department, police, and state fire marshals have been on scene since then, trying to determine what caused this fire. Now, we spoke with the fire chief earlier, who says the home was under renovation, which made searching more complicated for firefighters. Now, investigators haven't said yet exactly what caused the fire, but we will continue to stay here throughout the morning and find out more details. As soon as they are released, we will let you know, and we will keep you updated on air and online. For now, live in North Haven, Priscilla Meza, Fox 61.
All right, Priscilla, thanks for the update. And we're also following some breaking news in South Windsor. Thieves broke into a convenience store overnight. They stole the ATM and left behind a lot of damage. We're getting straight out to Fox 61's Kayla Cade. Kayla, what's it looking like right now?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, as you can see, there is a door here that is just, the glass is broken. It is, not attached to the building anymore. And that's because it used to be right here in this spot as well. As you can see, like, the wall is kind of slanted going in to this way. And also the glass up there is also broke. And that's because the robbers, they were here. The ATM was actually inside. So they were able to take the ATM and talk with the kitchen manager, and was able to watch the surveillance video and get some information, more information from her. And she said, like, they used a crowbar to get the ATM. They had a black SUV that was in this area. They actually came here earlier. She's not really clear on the timing just because the surveillance video cameras is not lining up with the timing correctly. But she was telling me how they came here earlier. They tried to get into the store, realized they couldn't, so they came back a half hour later and was able to get in successfully, and they put the ATM back in the trunk of their SUV. Now, coming up at 7, I will have more on that interview with the kitchen manager because I was able to talk with her about this horrible incident. And she also told me that they are operating business as usual. So as people are still coming in, as I can see, getting gas right now, and they're still coming in buying items inside the gas station. So again, they are operating as business as usual. We'll have more coming up for you. But for now, live in South Windsor, Kayla Cade, Fox 61.
All right, Kayla, thanks for that update there. And as we learn more, stay up to date with our free Fox 61 News app. Use the QR code you see there on your screen to download it and go to fox61.com 24/7. We're getting new details this morning on a house fire in Campton. We now know a firefighter was burned. We're working to find out how severe those injuries are, but we do know the fire happened last night on Wright Road. Crews from Plantsville, Barkhamsted, Burlington, and Avon all responded to help put out the flames. We'll update you as soon as we learn more.
6:08 right now, and days after a deadly shooting in New Haven, police are still looking for the person responsible.
And so far, we know 4 people were shot and 1 of them died. Police say these people were innocent bystanders, not the intended targets. Yesterday, we spoke with Nick James, who lives near Church and Center Streets. He told us he heard gunshots break out in an alley early Saturday morning. New Haven police say they found 3 victims when they got there. One was a 21-year-old man, 2 others were 18-year-old women, and 1 of those women died. A second 21-year-old man showed up to Yale New Haven Hospital. He said he was shot, but his injuries were non-life-threatening. James says there have been fights in that alley before, but nothing quite like this.
I was sitting in my bed, chilling out, vaping on my vape, and I heard 6 gunshots. I looked right out my window, and there's people scattering all over the place right here in that parking lot.
And so what was going through your head when that happened?
I was confused. I didn't know what the heck it was. I talked to my roommate in the next room. He said it was gunshots.
Anyone with any information should contact police.
7 people were taken to the hospital after carbon monoxide was found inside their Naugatuck home. Firefighters got a call at about 11:30 Saturday night that a 5-year-old was having trouble breathing. Officers and firefighters got everybody out of the building. They took 7 people to the hospital to get checked out. Firefighters detected CO levels of more than 500 parts per million inside the home. They say anything over 8 parts per million is considered unsafe in a living area. And the Naugatuck Fire Department says this is a really important reminder to take preventive measures to make sure that you and your family are safe. They say you should install CO detectors in key areas of your home and replace those batteries regularly. It's also important to make sure that furnaces, boilers, water heaters, and other fuel-burning appliances are routinely inspected and properly ventilated. And evacuate immediately and call 911 if you suspect CO exposure. Make sure you look for symptoms like headache, dizziness, confusion, nausea, and shortness of breath.
6:08 now this morning. A water main break is fixed and water is finally back and running in one Southington neighborhood. The break happened yesterday afternoon on Aircraft Road right near Newell Street. You see that area on the map on your screen here. Southington Water Works says people who live at the end of Aircraft Road did not have water while they made those repairs. But again, the break is fixed and things are back to normal. 2 barges that washed up on the shoreline not once but twice are finally out of water. The Coast Guard towed both 140-foot barges to a shipyard to check for damage and make repairs. The barges broke free from their moorings on Thursday, likely due to the strong storms. They drifted and ended up ashore along Woodmont Beach in Milford. Strong winds pushed them out to sea again. They were found Friday morning in West Haven. Coast Guard says the barges were empty when this happened.
Early voting in Connecticut is now over. Nearly 16,000 people voted on Saturday. That brings the total number of early votes to more than 170,000 people. Now, these numbers don't include anyone who voted early yesterday. We should learn those numbers later today. The towns with the most early votes are Stratford, Milford, and Greenwich. So far, more than 20,000 absentee ballots have been returned.
Two Mashantucket Pequot Tribal Council candidates were elected to new 3-year terms yesterday. Incumbent Treasurer Merrill M. Reels and Raheem Eliezer will begin their new terms on January 2nd. The Tribal Council includes 7 members and oversees several businesses, including Foxwoods Resort Casino, the Mashantucket Pequot Museum and Research Center, and the Pequot Health Center as well. And the deadline for funds for federal food are set by 2 federal judges later today. On Friday, both judges decided the Trump administration must keep paying for SNAP benefits during the government shutdown with emergency reserve funds. However, both judges gave the administration some leeway here on the funding program, partially or full. Those are the options for the month. They both asked for an update on progress to fund the program by today. We'll get you that update once we learn what happens.